we're supporting full 7.1 surround sound, and this adds to the immersion. What we're also doing is we've got lots of lights in the level. We're using our proprietary engine. I have to take this with me. It says on top here, deferred rendering. This is the technique that our engine uses to draw lots of dynamic lights that are all shadow casting. So you can see lots and lots of lights in this level, and what it does is it makes every object and every character in the world, it makes it feel like it's part of that world. Because it's casting shadow, it has an actual weight, and it's really integrated into the environment. If you look at the actual combat, something that is quite important to us, I can just tone that down a little bit. What's quite important to us in a shooter is that the thing that you're doing 70-80% of the time is shooting, and that has to be fun, that has to be rewarding. And one of the things that we looked at is making sure that every bullet has an impact in the world. It's not just the environment that you can destroy and take down, where you can see your bullets doing damage, but we also want something that the characters can respond to. So what we've implemented there is a system we call the hit response system. And hit response system, what that basically does is it blends motion captured animation with physics impulses. So based on where you hit an enemy and with what weapon you hit an enemy, you will see different animations triggered, and it will always look different. So there's a lot of satisfaction to be had by just firing at your enemies, because you can always see them behave in different ways. To give you an example, if we've motion captured one of the guys to have his right arm flailing because he's hit in the right arm, with the physics impulse, if we blend that, depending on the angle, depending on the strength of the impact, we can make that move more exaggerated or more subtle, basically. So there's different ways to go about that, and again, that adds to a lot of variety and a lot of satisfaction for the player. Of course, with such a destructible world and lots of physics objects flying around, we've also had a good look at our AI. AI is something that we've considerably improved in Liberation already, where they were a lot more aware of their environment. They could shoot at barrels, they could display flanking behavior, things like that. We've taken it a couple of steps further with Killzone 2. Now they also have to navigate the physics objects. They have to be aware of cover that can be destroyed, both cover that you're behind, your body's doing, how much resistance is there, should we retreat, should we attack. Those kind of things are implemented as well. Using that system to your advantage. In this case, we've got a mini boss here. Bosses are something we also carried over from Killzone Liberation, so you'll see more bosses appear. We actually killed them quite quickly there, thank you. Let me just cheat there and have you do it again. Oh, we've got the checkpoint. You're cheeky.
Could you tell us something more about the heavy soldier?
The heavy soldier is heavily armored at the front, which means that if you attack him head on, you won't do any damage, and he'll just keep coming at you. He's got a really big railgun, so you basically have to run for cover. If you're behind cover and he can't get to you, he's got also the ability to fire a grenade. So you see his little smoke trail coming towards you, and you hear this beeping sound. You have to start running. So in order to kill him, he's got a vulnerable spot at his back where his gas cylinders are. So you either have to flank him, have your buddies flank him, or you can use the hit response system. And with the hit responses, you can basically fire at his head, disorient him that way. He'll turn around, and you can actually fire at his exposed back at that point. So that's where we start introducing things like the hit responses into the actual gameplay. How much
How
time?
much time did you spend to designing the weapons and the reload animations?
Weapons, obviously in a shooter, are very important, that we have different classes of weapons. So the weapons all have to accommodate a different style of a light machine gun. And that's much more suited for shorter range and more run and gun type gameplay. The M82 is more for mid-range, and then there's a sniper rifle, a rocket launcher, etc. So a lot of time goes into making sure that those weapons are balanced right. And then there's the whole handling of the weapons, and they have to, I mean, everything we do in Killzone is recognizable, yet it's on another planet. It's got a little bit of sci-fi touch to it, but it's not shooting laser beams or anything. It's all grounded in reality. So our weapons are also grounded in...
Yeah, there was just every day working late, making it better and better and better. So then already you play it often. So when we had to present it at E3, I could already play it blindfolded, so to say. So now again, playing it this many times, it's like a breeze going through it. But it's still very intense, and I still enjoy playing it. So there is something very enjoyable in there. So yeah.
Could you like the feeling you got from actually getting to show the game after 2 years of keeping us in the dark? How was that like?
Well, I was so busy making the demo, and the entire team. Everybody was working late and doing their best to make the best demo. So we didn't think about it, E3 itself at all. It just happened basically. We just showed it to the people, and we heard afterwards the response, and the response was really, really good. We got some awards, we got really good write-ups in the press, so the whole team, everybody was really pleased with that, to see that. So we didn't realize until afterwards what we had achieved, so that was good.
There's been so much talk during these 2 years. Has it been a little bit frustrating not to show because
Sure, some of the Nazi overtones we've taken from different eras, we've taken different elements that we feel combined make for...
Because the symbolics, the signs, are very similar to the swastika sign.
Correct.
Okay. And can you tell us anything about the destroyable environments? Some things are destroyable, some things not.
It's very important for us that, as I said, that the bullets have an impact and that you can see what you're doing. Obviously, to introduce that throughout the entire world, that's something you have to sort of balance, because you can't make everything destructible. But we make sure that everything that needs to be destructible and is in areas where it actually adds something, because there's a lot of gameplay there, then the world is destructible and feels very sort of impactful.
Do you have a date when the game's coming out?
2008.